Hello, nerds. I'm just gonna make some music and ponder my existence. That's what I'm gonna do. Make some music. This is what I do when I'm I know the rest of that. Bum, bum, bum. What up, nerds? Make some music. So, yeah. Hope everybody's doing good. I was listening to Barbra Streisand. No. Although I do like Barbra Streisand. Because she be canceling concerts. Be like, come on, Barbara. We love you, but come on, you can't. Barbara be canceling concerts. Not nasty right there. Just a. Bam, 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 boom, as a bam, 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 bam. Oh, my bad. I get too excited sometimes. Sometimes I get a little excited, you guys. What up, nerds? Try this again. Let's try that. Let's put that on repeat. See what it sounds like. How you guys doing? How's your mama doing? Now you could change that. Now you just go ahead and throw a. Find yourself, some. Joneses. Just whack. I mean, you make it simple. Ugh. Okay. Fine. No, none of that. I don't like that. I'm doing fine, Natalie. How are you? Today is Monday, isn't it? How's the weather? So listen, I heard a report about Florida's water, like off the keys of Miami and your coastal waters. They said that the water is hot as a sauna. They were warning people like not to go into the water. Well, they were pretty much telling them, look, the water is hot. Like the water can cook, the water is very hot. I'm just wondering if, y'all talk about that or, down there. Because that's madness. Well, they're saying in Florida, period. They're like in Florida, period. It's off the chain. Four hours away. Yeah, man. The weather's doing some weird stuff. Very weird. Very weird stuff. You don't watch the news? I don't usually either. I watch World Star. So I get a lot of information from there. Yeah, good old news. I like to see what's going on in the world. The world is acting up right now. World is acting up right now. I asked my sister and she doesn't know either. Yeah, it was on World Star. You asked your sister, she doesn't know? Y'all got a lot going on in Florida, man. Y'all got alligators that climb fences. Like, no. Y'all got a lot. Y'all got too much. Y'all got way too much going on. Yeah, y'all got a lot of that too. For that heat. Time to stay inside. Time to stay inside. I like this little jam. I think I'll keep it. Yeah, y'all got too much going on down there in Florida. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Son, you know we'll have a good time then. Song was made by Cat Stevenson, who decided he wanted to be a Taliban. Actually wanted to be a Taliban. I think they put him in jail for treason. Well, I called up my dad just the other day. Yeah. In the usual way, he said, I only want to be like you. Little boy blue and a man on the moon. Ohio is not a walk in the park. And I'm going to tell you something about the Midwest. Let me tell you something, what we're doing up here, especially where I live. Some crazy spots. They got some outlandish people. But there are places where you can definitely avoid the crazies. Like there isn't crazy in every neighborhood. Every neighborhood in my city is not on the news. There are some places you go where there's white people, black people, Indian, Chinese, and all, and you don't hear nothing from those people because they all have one thing in mind: mind our business. Yeah, every now and then I go into that neighborhood because I either have business or I go down to the Kroger's there. And you listen, you don't hardly ever hear anything popping off on that side of the bridge. Now on the other side of the bridge, yeah, they get it in. But on that side of the bridge, nope. Now if you go south of that area, yeah, you could run into some, because that's where it gets into like a predominantly black neighborhood. Yeah. And the reason why that is because the state, okay, where I live, everybody wants to work for the state, right? So that was the big thing for years. It still is a big whoop-de-doo because it's a steady job. You work for the state, you're going to get a wife or a husband. It is what it is. I don't care if you're 60 years old. If you start working for the state, people are going to go, oh, okay. And you're in there. It's very cliquish out here. Very, very cliquish. So that's one thing. Uh, but what happened was the state had one of their buildings, main building. It's a big old. It has gold glass, gold looking glass, and it's just a big ass square, you know, sitting there. But it was a state building at one time, so a lot of state workers worked there. And what happened was the area that's around it was built up and became prominently black because most of the people that worked there were what? Prominently black. They were and so they have a lot of black families that stayed in that area because it was a stone throw away to get to work. Well, once they, closed that building and made it into something else, I mean, you still have the people that live there, but the area, it's not dilapidated. Um, it's not a dilapidated area at all because there's some still decent houses there. But that's why a lot of black people migrated to that area. So I mean, you can go down there and get your head blown off. But most of the time, you don't hear a lot of ruckus from those people. There is the nearest school. Is the nearest school there is a predominantly black school, so there's that. Um, you know, got great sports, but you're gonna deal with a lot of black people, and you know how black people are when it comes to sports and stuff like that. So but that's not the hardest area at all. You don't hear about a lot of crazy stuff going down there. You have to go on the Cleveland Avenue. You have to go north, yeah, into you have to go up past well, there's some projects up there off of Cleveland Avenue. And you know, that's where you can go and people will definitely well, let's just say you're not invited. This is not a place you want to be if nobody knows you. If you're not from there, you don't go there. You know what I mean? You don't hang out in these places. If you're gonna do business there, you get in, you get out. You know what I mean? So, even that place is not that big. It's just really not that big. So, and what's really something else is that's even being diminished because the majority of people that live in here's what's happening. So, Cleveland Avenue, you got the bad area, but before that, they took that area and they're starting to build that up because they're building from downtown out. So the gentrification is starting at downtown. They got rid of all the riffraff, all of the gangs. They got rid of all of those people, and they built really nice, apartments there. Cost $2,000 a month to live there. So it's like the it thing now. So they're just building out and building out. And what happened is a bunch of the foreigners came in, the Asians, the Indians, which are still Asians, the Hispanic. They're buying up all of those houses that were roach infested and crackheads and all that. They're buying up all of them. They're remodeling them and they're selling them. All of them. You can go and find uh, uh, a stone throw away from downtown. You can actually walk, right over the bridge, and you'll see some of these houses that nobody wanted to live in because, they were, crackheads and dope heads and all that other kind of stuff. All of those people are gone. They're all gone. They're all gone. All of the worst places that were close to town are all gone. They got rid of everyone. The police just came out in force and got rid of everyone. Then they built a hospital close to downtown. And when they put, those millions of dollars into the hospital, what they did is right next door to what a hospital was, it was the African American high school. So they said, listen, we want this land. And the African American high school said, absolutely not. And they said, I tell you what, you give us this land. Like they had just built a new track and everything. You give us this land, we'll build you a brand new high school. And they said, Will it come with a track? Absolutely. Well, they built it in another hood, but that hood was torn down. They torn down all the trees and they completely removed all those hood people out of there, tore down all those projects off of James Road, put up a brand new hospital right across the street from it. This is a different hospital. It's the VA hospital. They tore down the old VA hospital, put a new VA hospital there. Uh, um, and then they put the kids' high school across the street from there. So what they're doing is they're building from downtown out. So a lot of bad stuff you hear is not really here in Columbus. A lot of bad stuff you hear is in Cleveland, Youngstown. Yeah, it's not really here, although there are still some crazies running around, but most of those people are gone. Most of those people they got, really long sentences. Some of them are pretty much dead. The rest of them were forced to move, uh, just forced to move out. And they're just buying up all these houses. And I'm telling you, all the black hoods are being taken over by, I mean, like I said, the white people, not even as much as the white people, but the Indian people, the African Eritreans and all that. Oh, they have stores and oh, it's crazy. I don't even recognize it no more. So yeah, a lot of the bad is not really us, but there's still some there. But all of the big time drug dealers, they're all gone. They came and arrested all of them, pretty much in within 2 days. They knew who all of them were. And they came and just arrested them. They arrested like 40, 50 people in one night. Just poured into the Ave. Everybody didn't know what was going on. All these sirens broke into all these people's houses, snatched up people, put them in jail. Boom, all gone. Problem solved. They did that. Yeah. So the police come out in with force here. They get one phone call. It is just hope it's not on you because the city cops have no love. They have no. Oh, okay. There you go again. Okay, that's where that came from. Like, wait a minute there. There you go again, you say. Yeah, so yeah. That's Cleveland. Now, Cleveland is one of the poorest cities in America. You want to get your head blown off, go to Cleveland. That's good head blown off territory. Very big, very poor. Very poor, struggling. Or Pittsburgh. Those steel mills. I used to live near one of those. I used to walk up and talk to the guard at the steel mill. Black soot coming down on our heads. A lot of those steel mills ain't there no more. A lot of those people lost their jobs. And when they did, those parts of the city just, I mean, it got so bad. They came and tore down my projects. The steel mill's still there, but some of the people who used to work there or work around there, I remember the families, they're all gone. It's some. I mean, last time I was there, I cried. It was so heartbreaking to see that whole neighborhood melt away, just radio silence. And then the avenue, the main avenue, it's just nothing but abandoned buildings. It's just it's some of the saddest stuff you would never know that we were there. You never know. You never. So sad. Anyways, music. Now there you go again. Say you want freedom. Now who am I to keep you down? Boom, boom, boom. Mm-mm. It's only fair that you should play the way you feel it. Well, she was telling the truth in that song. Oh, what you had. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Yeah, no problem. Players only love you when they're playing. Oh, women, they will come and they will go. Yep. When the rain washes away, you'll know. You will know. Oh, you'll know. Ooh, she wasn't lying on that. That's a whole vibe right there, ain't it? When the rain washes away, women come and go. Ooh, they do. They will leave your black ass quick and act like they never knew you. They will leave you. You'll be like, you're not coming back? No. It was real, Tone. It was real. You all right, Tone? Be like, we ain't have no, nah. What about, no? Mm-mm. It wasn't like that. That's what one woman told me. I said, damn. She said it wasn't like that. I said, oh, y'all so heartless. Oh, but I deserved it. I played the game and lost. But I learned. I learned. Love don't love nobody. I learned. Love don't love you. Messed that up. Love don't love you. There it is. Love don't love you. Love don't love you. What'd you eat today, Natalie? What'd you eat today? What'd you eat that was good? Yummy to your tummy. What'd you eat? Sounds good, though. My face is doing it. Did you work out today? So I worked out today. Just my little at-home stuff. I ain't been to the gym in a while. Because I ain't been wanting to drive. Because I've been, taking this medicine for muscle relaxers. 60 minutes of what? I like that. Stationary. Uh-oh. Yeah. So when you do stationary, does it works your cardio also? Like is it like a full, do you like get abs in there too, or uh, like a Peloton? You got some, okay, little Peloton action. Little Peloton action. Yeah. So my bike, I messed my bike up. My bike is it's verklempt. The gears in it are the sprocket is, something's going on. Well, that's good. So I lifted my little 35-pound I got right here. So I did some hit the biceps. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You see that? See that? So I did that. And I did 30 slow burpees. I did. And I didn't have to take that much of a break. I do 10 without stopping. Then I break it down into fives. But now, I'm telling you. And here's the thing, like I don't do them and then, come back, later and then boom, that's 30. I try to get out as much as possible as soon as possible. That way, the intensity is really where the workout is. But here's the thing now, Nat, my knees don't even hurt now. They don't even hurt. Well, excuse me. They hurt, but not as much. Yeah, they don't hurt as much. They still hurt, but not as much. So I'm sitting up here, you know what I'm saying? Doing it. Not got. Just want you to know that. I take ibuprofen every now and then, but not that much. I'm about to change the space because it should be going boom, bum, bum, ba-dum, boom, 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 boom, bum, bum. It should be going. change you, base. I like you, but it's not changing. You didn't make anything delicious. I've been chomping on this chicken. I did not make anything delicious. Had some oatmeal this morning and some grapes and a banana. Listen to you. That's where it should change. Will that work? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Looking around. Looking around at you. So you mean you tell me you haven't made any food? No. I was cooking up some stuff last week. Talking about. I was cooking up some stuff. Man. I was frying up I was getting it. I'm probably not as good as cook as you are, but I probably can't cook like you, but I cook, woman. That's better. Natalie. What did you cook to eat? Oh, Natalie. What did your mama? Ooh, what did she cook to eat? Hey, yeah. Tell her I'm coming over to get some of that spaghetti. Oh, yeah. No, my bad. My bad. Ooh. You prayed about more recipes? I tell you what, I need some recipes. I'm a very basic eater. I don't really have a lot going on in the eating department. I got a lot of basic stuff, man. This chicken, basic as hell. Just keep it simple for me, man. I don't need a lot of flim flam. Just give me the basics. Oh, CD Baby sent me my royalties today. Well, I won't get them until Wednesday, but $10, $10 in royalty. No, $11.52 in royalties. My stock went down now. Ooh. Oh, my stock went down 12%. I'm hoping I'm gonna make that money back. I hope it doesn't go out down all week because I don't want to lose all that money, but lost a couple dollars in the stock market. I'm hoping it recovers. I know. Yeah, like $200 in the stock market. But I didn't sell. I'm still hanging on, thinking it'll go back up. I think it will. It's good weeks and bad weeks. I'm hoping it'll dump. I gotta hang in there though. I made a mistake and bought the wrong stock. Shouldn't have done that. It was making me money though, but I knew a down week was coming. I was like, oh, this is gonna hit. Then I doubled down on it. I shouldn't have done that. I was trying to double up. Because it was up. So I was trying to double up on it. See if I can make I was trying to do about, $30-$40 a day. I was like, let me get $40 out of you a day. That thing said, nope. Stop showing off. How am I showing off? Natalie. Oh, what did your mama make you to eat? Natalie, yeah, Natalie. What did your mama make you to eat? Did she make some crunches, munchins, and crunches, baby? Oh, yeah. Munchin', and bunch of munchins and crunchins. Did it go down smooth? Yeah. Beep bop bop the boom bang the bang bop the bang the bang bong bang the bang bop the bang bong yeah baby. My bad, I'm just She made salmon. Oh, I just bought some salmon. Now, did she have catch of the day salmon or was it frozen? Which one is it? I have frozen. No. Was it catch of the day or was it frozen? When she bought it, was it frozen or was it unfrozen? Because if it wasn't unfrozen, if it was unfrozen, then it's catch of the day. That's catch of the day. Nice. They cost more. That's the reason why I was asking. Frozen salmon costs more. I'm sorry, catch of the day costs more. Now, when I like to buy salmon, when I buy the catch of the day, costs me almost $30. But that's for a half of a salmon that big. And I eat that in one meal. I can. Sometimes I split it up, cut it in half, and eat half in one meal. The next day, eat another one. But yeah, that catch of the day is for real. So good. Love some salmon. Natalie. What does she make with it? Potatoes, beans, green beans, lentils. Did she lentil it? Did she make asparagus? Your mama made it. She put asparagus with it, didn't she? I know she did. You got an asparagus, mama. You know how you know? You got one of the mamas that'll call you long distance and ask you, did you eat your greens? How'd you cook them? With the white rice, Uncle Ben's. Uncle Ben's. She hit you with the Is that the long or the short rice? She hit you with the long rice, the long grain, or she hit you with the short grain? I'm gonna talk to your mom about that. Making life decisions over there. She's gonna have to explain herself. Jamaican white rice? Jasmine rice? Your mama gonna have to explain herself. We're gonna have to politic over what kind of rice is she feeding you, young lady. She gonna have to give an account. Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. Why don't you eat rice at all? Thanks for the like. Why don't you eat rice? You don't eat rice? Oh my God, if it wasn't for rice. Oh my God, that white bag of rice my mom used to get. Oh, that bag of rice used to save our life, boy. I mean that literally. Oh my God, if we didn't have rice, we made so many meals out of rice. Oh my God, because our family was starving. We were starving at some times. If it wasn't for school lunches, that's why I'm an advocate for school lunches. Don't mess with the school lunches or the school breakfasts. The school breakfasts. Don't do that. Let them kids eat because sometimes that's all they got. I would go home not knowing what we was gonna eat. Oh my God, we were always hungry. Always hungry. I'm gonna tell you something about hunger. I know that I'm traumatized from my childhood because when I look into my refrigerator and I see food, I think something's wrong. I think somebody's coming to take my food. And I know that's nothing but childhood trauma. I always think something's gonna happen to my food. It's not gonna be there. I'm not gonna have it. And it's just childhood trauma. It's just from living so much without it. And then when you finally get it, you're just like, oh my God. And you think you here's what you think. You think the bottom's gonna fall out. You think somebody's gonna come and take it away now that you have it. It's almost like you get used to living in a certain way. You think this is all you deserve. But when you finally get something, and especially if you're full, you almost feel guilty about being full. That's what hunger does to people. When they turn around and they get food and it's just like, hey, you can eat all of it, they'll sit there and look at it because they're going to think, I'm not like, you're going to take this away from it. This is a joke. I know something's wrong. And it's like, no, for the rest of your life, you will have plenty to eat. You'll, some people, they're so messed up that they'll think they should be punished for having, for finally having. That's what hunger does to you. That's what it did to me. I was like, you know, now that I can go out and get some groceries, I mean, when my refrigerator is full, it messes with my head. It really does. And that's crazy, isn't it? What's going on, crypto? You was on you was on a what? What's that mean? What's that mean? You was on a sick one? No, not what I'm saying is I'm still going through it because I've been traumatized. Except I know that I've been traumatized. I'm still going through it every day. But here's the thing. I don't I don't look at it and go, somebody needs to be punished for this. But I'm very protective of, me being able to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was when I was in college, uh, I ate constantly, constantly. Because we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner for our college food. But I always made sure, I grabbed a couple apples and stuff like that. But when I ate it. I would shovel that food in my face. And one day I was eating and I felt somebody staring at me, and I looked up and it was a woman staring at me, and that's who I had my only child with. I have a very fast metabolism. But yeah, I understand I was doing 50 miles a week back then too. But she was staring at me and I was I stopped and I looked up, looked at her, and put my head right back down. And I would just shovel that food in my face, put my plate up, and walk out. And the thing about it is, I don't eat like that today. If I did, I'd probably go nuts. I mean, if I had, here's the thing, like, I can't afford to eat that way now, the way I ate in college, because I was throwing it back and I was constantly eating, especially apples. I was always eating those green apples in between breakfast, lunch, and dinners. I always had a snack. I was throwing, but I was burning that stuff off left and right. If I ate like that now, oh my God, I'd be lifting weights like crazy. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of energy. Like I'm like what I'm eating now, that it's not a lot. Like Usually with this, I would have a can of soup and I would uh put the chicken in with the soup and eat that, but the soup would have like rice and vegetables in it, and I get down like that. Or sometime I would take some rice and add it to the soup. And it's good, especially with this Kroger's chicken. It's a hungry man's lazy meal. You just gotta cook the rice and just heat up the soup. Just dump it all in a bowl together. Oh my god, it's so good. But I could eat like that constantly. And listen, I'm 286, 286 pounds. If I start eating like that, I'd be 320. I'd be massive. But it's not something I want to do. But yeah, hunger really messes with your head. I like this music. So what's going on, crypto? Crypto, are you the one with the I think I've asked you this before. You're not the one with the vending machines, are you? I don't mind sharing food. Sometimes I just give it away. You're the one with the gambling problem. I think I got a gambling problem too, because these damn stocks, I can't leave these stocks alone. But sometimes they just get me. Oh my God. Mm, I just love making money in my sleep, but I gotta get out of the stock market. I gotta just say, you know what? I'm done. Because every time you think you got a hold of the stock market, it messes with you. And I have some stock you know, that are going up, but they're growth stocks. And my problem is growth stocks take too long to actually make money. So I have a stock, right? I have Hess. You do stocks? Yeah. So I have Hess. So when I bought Hess, I put, so much on it. And immediately, like within a week, it dipped down 250 bucks on me. It just, but I've seen this before, so I held on to it. It's been 6, 7 months. And right now I'm down only 40 bucks. But I haven't made any money off of it other than the dividends. But my dividends are only like $3 every 4 months. So I'm not really making anything off of it. Now my end of the year on that looks half decent. It will probably be, I mean, if it keeps going like this because it's going up, that's because my end of the year is coming up. So I'm thinking the end of the year, I might do maybe $100 off of it. But you're talking about a whole year. You done maybe, let's see, 369. Yeah, 369. Maybe $100 out of the whole year. It's just like, that just, you know what I mean? So, but when I look at meme stocks and, other tech stocks and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, if I jump on this stock that's flying right now, I can do Hell, I jumped on a tech stock and did $800 in like 15 minutes. Boom. Turn around and lost it all because my dumb ass didn't know how to get out and stay out. You know what I mean? Lost it all plus some. So I need to chill because, I haven't been working a lot and haven't been selling a lot. And I don't want to go back to flat ass broke. Because my body is not having, my body doesn't want to take the beat down of the refrigerators anymore. So I gotta do something, man. Yeah, the stock market is an eye opener. You know what I mean? Because I lost like $6,000 on the stock market. So around there. But at one point, I was doing, let's see, when Moderna was hot. When Moderna was hot, I was doing like $250 a day with just Moderna. Just Moderna. I mean, I didn't have to do anything. I had enough money on Moderna. It was it was going up. Look, if it hit 5%, 10%, boom, that was 230, 240. I mean, I was easily, I could have easily, if it would have kept that pace up, I mean, it was good. But when it sank, I didn't get out in time. And I tried to, it's gonna go up. It never recovered after Fauci's debacle. It never got back to normal once people start questioning Fauci. Because he owns, he's Moderna's guy. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh, come on. So I was like, hey, I'm doing good, right? I would have been doing a lot better if I would have pulled out. But I didn't. Okay, today they did 6%. This week they did, today they did negative 6%. This week, negative 12. This month, negative 15. This year, negative 44. And they're up 444. Let me tell you something. They were up a lot higher than that. At their height 2 years ago, they were swinging for the fence. And everybody was making money on it. I mean, people were making millions and millions and billions of dollars just off Moderna. So I went in on this tech company. It sank 14% today. That hurt. 22% this month. It's up 39% for excuse me. For today it sank 14%. This week it's down 22%. This month is actually up 39% because now it's on the downswing. This year it's up 61%, but that was actually almost 200% a couple days ago. And this month is, I mean, this for all of it, it's 76 because it's a new company. So this company I put some money into thinking I was going to get about 40, $50 out of it. Then I doubled down on it and it just got me today. 14% today was not what I wanted. Not at all. And 22%, that's usually the basement for me. Whenever something hits 20%, I try to mitigate my losses and get the hell out. So tomorrow I have a decision to make. Yeah, 6 Gs. Hey man, let me tell you something. I had freaking Bed Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond is a meme stock. That damn thing was sinking, right? And then one day it jumped up 281%, right? And the next day it jumped up like another 100 and something percent. I said, let me get in on this. I got in on it, man. That thing started sinking. It hasn't recovered since. That thing sinks 30, 40% each day. And I had enough on it to, if it was 100%, I would have. Oh my goodness. If it would have jumped 100, but I had saw where it had jumped like, I was looking at other stocks. This one stock I had was jumping 500% within an hour. And one stock actually jumped like 200% in like 1 second. But I couldn't put any money on those. But the other ones that were jumping like 200%, it was fluctuating from 150. It jumped down to 1. It would jump up to 250, jump down to 2, jump up to 250. So what I did was I said, well, I'm going to play the jump ups. So I invest at 2. I know it's going to jump to 250. Boom, it jumps to 250. I just made 50%. But eventually that stock and other stocks that do the same thing, you can't bid on them anymore. Because people knew that okay, they just waited till the jump happened, and sometimes you had to wait all day. So imagine putting $500,000 on just waiting for the jump all day. You knew it was going to happen. You just watched the pattern. It would be even all day. At the very end of the day, bow, it jump up 200%. Sell. Sometimes it just jumped there and it go down, so you couldn't sell in time. But if it jumped up and stayed there for not even 30 seconds, and it went from 0 to 500, you just made an ass load. So what the company did was they saw that what everybody was doing, so they put holds on all trades because people was making too much money, way too much money, because they were just waiting for it to go up. They're like, I know this is going to go up. A lot of land for that money. Shoot. Yeah, 6 Gs. I lost 6 Gs. Well, let me tell you something. It's what I'm finding out, Natalie, is it's hard to tell when it's gonna swing. Your safest bet is to get into growth stocks. You're not gonna make any money until it pays you out in dividends, but that's the real trick of it all. If you get a stock that's a growth stock and it pays you 3.2 in dividends, you need in order and listen, because you're gonna get paid every quarter. You're gonna get paid once every quarter, and they're gonna split that 3.2 up into 4 different payments. So for that to even do anything, you need, if you wanted to see $300 in dividends, you would need to have 100 grand. At the end of the year, you'd see $1,200, actually a little bit more. You see what I mean? So as soon as you invest in it, it's going to take, I mean, if you put $1,000 into it, it's going to take almost $300 of it. It's going to read negative. But yet you're going to make dividends off of the $700 that's there. Your 3.2. You see how they're doing it? And then as the year goes, that 300, 250, it's just going to come up. And at the end of the year, you're finally going to break even. And then you're going to see a benefit. You might see 50, $60 and a benefit off of 1,060. And you're going to be like, oh, I just made 60. But when you made $60 out of the whole year, plus your dividends wasn't nothing, you didn't even make $100 off of that. And that's how they get you. So the whole game is, it's the long game, really. So the whole game is, if you really want to make money off of this growth stock, especially with $1,000, you're going to have to wait 10 years to really say you made something. That's the game. If you deal with a meme stock, you can make that in literally 1 second, but you can lose it in the same second. So growth stocks is the way to go, but it's a long, 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 long game if you don't have a lot of money. You got yourself $10,000, $20,000. You put your stuff into a growth stock, you can get a half decent dividend. You'll get 30, $40 a month, or excuse me, 30, $40 every quarterly. They'll divide it up and it'll tell you exactly when the payout's coming, and that's exactly when it'll hit your Cash App or your account. I know. And now I can't get it back. I'm not happy with myself, Natalie. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, Natalie. I need a hug. You gonna give me a hug? Come over here and give me a hug, Natalie. Never mind now. You probably hug like a grizzly bear. Oh, okay. I ain't say crack my back. Now I need a hug. Probably give me one of those. I'll get a hug. One of my neighbors will give me one. I fixed this lady's car. Got her running again. She was like, give me a hug. I was like, I'm all sweaty. She's like, oh, it's okay. Give me a hug. I appreciate you. I was like, okay. Cool peoples. She just wanted to be appreciative because she doesn't know anything about cars. I told her, I said, you need to do because you don't know nothing about cars. She was like, I do. She's like, I'm single. I don't know anything about cars. But I got her up and running. I saw her the other day. She goes, hi, Tone. It's like, hey, she's up and running. I help a few neighbors around here with their cars because these single women, they ain't got a dude to be found. They don't know jack about cars. I seen a lady at the gas station. I was riding my little raggedy bike up there. Seen these two women with the hood open, staring into the engine, lost. I rode over there and I said, what happened, ladies? They were like, we don't know, but the serpentine belt came off. I got to looking in there and digging around. Oh, holy smokes. I said, well, I've never seen this before. I said, what happened was one of your spools came off. I've never seen that before. Damn thing came right off of there. But yeah. I like helping people out. Yeah, I could use a hug. I'll bounce back. I'll get into something. I'll get my money back. I'll get it back. I'll get it back. I don't know how, but I will. It is. It is good. Because I'll help her again. I gave her my number. I was like, call me when you need me. Because she was very polite. I help people who are polite. There's some people who aren't polite. Yeah, the females, even the brothers. I'll help you if you're polite. If you're not polite, got no love for you. Yep, if you're nice, I'm nice to you. But if you're mean, screw you. I don't care. I just roll out. I ain't putting up with that. What you watching tonight? What's a good show? What's a good show? Yeah. Yeah, you. Watch anime, don't you? No anime? Care Bears? Wow. I watched Invasion with Nick Fury and the Super Scrolls. Super Scrolls. The other day I watched Star Trek. Shatner. Remind me of me. Did he have? What woman was he making love to? Was she green? Shatner. Shatner loved him some alien women. What about it? Remind you of me. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? Oh, Natalie, I'm used to you upsetting me. Why? Because he was old? The old Shatner. I still got moves. See that? See that, Natalie? Old man still got moves. Uh. Yeah, I'm old. I get it. You love to remind me of my age. It's okay. I still got moves, Natalie. I still got moves. Yeah, what's up, Capers? Yeah, because young women like older men. They always have and they always will. Especially men who, have status. Shatner has status. Yeah. And he got upset. Well, some people can't handle the fact that they're getting old. Getting old is not fun. There's nothing fun about it. There's nothing fun about being in pain and slowing down every day. Absolutely nothing. Getting old is a pain in the ass, really. It really is. It's a pain. Getting old is painful. Your body gets stiff. You're like, damn. Why'd he get upset? Can't eat what you want? You gotta deal with it. So this care worker, this black woman, young lady, probably 20 something. She's a care worker. She works with old people. What she does is she takes this old dude, probably 80 something, takes him she takes him to the club. She's at the club. She throws her butt on him and all that other kind of stuff. Having a good time. The man probably ain't squeezed an ass in 30 years. So, that's doing a lot for him. Women don't understand how important affection is to men. But nonetheless, he's out there dancing. All the homeboys see him, dancing with this young female. They're, white dude getting it. They video the whole thing because it's a good time. The old man ain't had this much fun in a long time. They fire her. They fired her for taking that dude out and showing him a good time. He probably ain't had that much fun in a long time. They fired her black ass. They were like, you're fired. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Jeffrey ain't squeezed the booty in a month of Sundays. He ain't had a bunch of people surround him like that and befriend him. He's probably scared as hell because he was born in 37 and the world was full of racist cunts who thought it was okay to hate people who weren't your skin color. So he's probably shocked that nobody wanted to whoop his ass. And he's like, oh, these black people are okay. Yeah, we're okay. We're just people. Yeah, somebody else recorded it. I think she probably had a guy friend, and he was like, yeah, bring old boy to the club tonight. You know. And she brought him to the club. And they had a great time. It wasn't like he was. See, elder abuse is a real thing because, once you get a certain age, you don't have the reflexes. I mean, you got a lot of elderly people getting robbed every day. I mean, they're getting robbed and murdered. They're getting slaughtered, actually. Especially the elderly women. They're getting slaughtered. They're killing these women off. Yeah, she shouldn't have recorded it. But they didn't think she's going to get fired. But nonetheless, so these young gunners, they have no respect to their elders, so they're just doing whatever. But basically, when you're a home health aide, or which is probably what she was, you have this responsibility, to these people, and sometimes you care about them, like a lot more than what you should. Like there's this one story where these scammers from Jamaica were calling these elderly people. Like I get phone calls every day as scammers. My phone is on do not disturb. I just check and see if I got any messages. Other than that, I get, 10, 20 calls a day from scammers. And I know there's scammers out of India. Well, this one lady, and probably many others, she knew that the dude on the other line was a scammer. And she sent him like $20,000. And she kept sending him money. And then the scammers, the people who catch scammers, said, listen, ma'am, stop sending this guy money. He's a scammer. And she says, I know he is. They're like, why are you sending him money? She says, because I'm lonely. This man calls and talks to me every day. Every day. She says, I have no one. And she had money. She wasn't going broke. She had all this money. She has no family. There's no man around. There's nobody tell her she's beautiful anymore. There's nobody to do anything with her. She had money, so she wasn't getting home health aid, government assistance, nothing. She got money, and her grandkids aren't there. Her kids aren't there. They're off living their life. They don't want to hang around an old codger. It's up for her. She's by herself. And all of a sudden, some handsome young man starts calling her. You think she's going to turn that down? She's human. Now, they end up busting the people who were doing this because you can't mess with the elderly. And especially when it comes to money, and the government sees this money going out of their accounts, and they see old men going to the bank and sending this money off. That's really where it started. One guy was going to the bank and he kept sending this money off until the bank teller was like, what are you doing? This guy's like 80 something years old, and they figured out it was a scam, so they start tracing the money. Once they started tracing the money, they found out that it was a whole ring of Jamaican people that were doing it. And another thing that got the Jamaican people busted is because they get leads. So now the leads are, if you go and apply for insurance, and if you just look up insurance, and then they're going to say fill out this information. As soon as you put that in, your number just went to a database. People from India are going to start calling you. They know where you live. They know your phone number, of course. They probably know your email address, and they know your age. And what they're going to try to do is either sell you insurance. One person called up and said, am I a diabetic? And I was like, no. It was like, oh, okay. They were like, they said my name. They knew my age. They got all this information on you, and they're trying to, sell you death benefits, stuff like that. And it's just a whole scam. The whole thing is a scam. But that's what happens, except the people who are doing it now are, from India. The people who were doing it before were from Jamaica. Well, the thing about the Jamaicans is they're very volatile. And what happened is the leads that they would get from a particular group of people would get leads and give it to certain people. Well, that whole thing started getting misconstrued. Certain people were getting leads. Certain people weren't getting leads. So when one person would get leads and the other one wouldn't, what happened? He'd get jealous because he's like, you have the potential to make all this money and I don't. I'm hungry too. And what happened? They start killing each other. So the American authorities had to step in and the Jamaican authorities had to step in because the Jamaicans started killing each other over leads, to scam people. It was a whole big story. Once the U.S. got involved in it, it's pretty much up. They're going to find you. It's just like the story of Hush Puppy and all the stuff he was doing. Well, once you rip off enough people, Interpol gets in on it. They're going to find out who you are. They're going to find you and your whole clique, So, but yeah, that woman, she did not want the people to stop the scammers for calling her, but they did anyway. And now she's sitting at home alone. Nobody to talk to, just by herself. That lady would have rather had gone broke than be alone. Loneliness is a killer. You used to know a woman that got love scammed and got involved with money laundering. Yeah, well, you'll find out that a lot of females who get tied up with breaking the law, there's usually a man behind it, and they love bomb them. Tell them they're beautiful, and some of them are, some of them are just gorgeous, but their esteem is not the highest. Plus, they really love this person, but they know the person ain't no good. But women are attracted to high energy. So if you're out here, you got on nice, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You look nice, this, that, and the third, you driving a nice car. Women are like, absolutely. What is it that you want? They're like, look here, blah, blah, blah. You start spitting your slick game. Like, listen, I don't give a damn about you. You either help me get money or you get out the way. They're like, what are we doing? Look, I'm telling you right now, I don't give two damns about you. You either helping me get money or, I don't know you. That woman will jump in the car. And she will do it. I knew a dude when I was in jail. There was a guy in there, young dude too. And I have to say he was a good looking dude. I think he was Jamaican. But I don't know what he was. But he was tall, light-skinned dude. He had locks. He was a, young brother, probably 24. He's a good-looking guy, you know what I mean? He had muscles and everything. And he had charisma, Like he didn't talk to you like this. Like he talked like he was a happy-go-lucky dude. I was like, yo, why you in here? He's like, yo, I'm in here because they said that I did something that I didn't do. And he's smiling the whole time. And I was like, yeah. You put it on some chick. He's like, yo, there was 4 women, right? And all 4 of these women said that I was slinging, yayo. He's like, I wasn't slinging yayo just because they got caught coming from Jamaica, at the airport because they had it inside of their body. They all turned around and said it was me who did. And I was like, you ain't no good. You could tell that's what he did. He had 4 mules, all females. All 4 of his mules turned on him at the same time. Soon as they got caught, they were just like him. And they said his name. They tracked that dude down, put him in a slammer, and they put him in on a federal charge. They put him in a state prison on a federal charge. Let me explain that to you. If you go to jail for a Fed case, you do not have a speedy trial. That means they can keep you in there for 2 years until they feel like giving you a trial. This is the feds. You could be in there for 10 years before they give you a trial. So that dude's going to be, I don't know if he's still in there. This was 20 years ago. He had her buying Apple products and sending them to a location in New York. Yeah, she was a mule. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, these women, these young women, they'll do it. They will do it. They will shove that, whatever up their ass and keep going. Yeah. On World Star Hip Hop, there was these 2 people who just got caught. One chick, she was probably 40. The other dude is like 20 something. They walked into a car, to go buy a car, walked to a car lot. They pulled up in a Mercedes for one. And they went in there and they was talking to, the people to try to buy a car. And one dude started looking at their ID. He was looking at her ID. Then he was looking at her. Then he's like, what about your ID? He's like, I don't have ID. And he's looking at the ID. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. Let me go check this. Boom. He called the police. 4 cops showed up. As soon as they walked in, cops told them, stand up. Had old girl stand up. Big ass female cop. 2 of them. Put her in handcuffs. And I'm just like, what's your ID? Like what's your name? She went through that woman's purse. And that woman had like 6, 7 IDs. They were scammers. For sure. And the people who would sell cars, they picked it up. Even the car they came in wasn't theirs. They were just straight up scammers. Straight up 100%. And the dude was like, I just met her today. I don't even know her. Blah, blah, blah. Like, no, bro, you with her. You in on this whole thing. And you just got caught. You caught. Y'all caught on a federal charge. Y'all not even caught with like attempted robbery. Like your fake IDs, you caught on a Fed charge. And the girl and the woman, she was just like, okay, well, whatever we need to do, wherever we need to go, let's go. She already knew it was up. She's like, I'm going to jail. They took her straight down to Central Booking. People are scammers, man. But once you get a certain age, you get lonely. There's nobody there. I walked into plenty of people's houses, and some of them ain't want me to leave. Kid you not. One lady was like, hey, whenever you get hungry, you can come back. I might have, I actually thought about it. I wasn't attracted to her, but the food sounded nice. She's like, I cook all the time. You can come back over. The food sounded nice. For one, she was sick. But for two, she had three granddaughters, and they were very loud. All they did was scream. Very strong, but very loud. And I was like, And there was a male, he was like a teenager. He was like sleeping in the garage or whatever. It's just like, I'm not coming back over here. It's too much chaos. But there was this one woman, she was 60. And I sold her a dishwasher. She was like, are you going to put it in? And I said, I don't know how. I said, I just usually sell the products. And she was like, well, I don't have anybody to put it in for me. A black woman, too, good looking, nice little body on her and everything. Beautiful house. Beautiful house. Beautiful house. Clean. I mean, I'm in the house, I'm looking around, in the kitchen. You can just tell this woman had class to her. Beautiful house, clean, everything. And she said, my husband passed away. I don't have anybody. She wanted me to, she's like, now I have to call somebody over here to put it in. I was like, yeah. But she wanted me to, put the thing in and probably do a bunch of other stuff. I did this one job for this one lady. She had a grandson. He was cool. But she kept wanting me to do more. She was like, hey, can you carry that and put that in the back? And she kept wanting me to do stuff. And then finally I just looked at her like I'm leaving. Like I know what this is. You know what I mean? Like you paid me to do something. I did it. But now you want me to get your grandson over here to do it. That's what he's there for. But he's off living his life. He's like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hang around and not unless you pay me. You pay me, I'll hang around. Other than that, I'm not hanging around. I'm not gonna do it. I need money. You know what I mean? Now, what was cool about her because she was like, "Hey, I need you to go pick something up." I said, "This is how much it's going to cost you for me," and she paid me right. Then somebody else called me and said, "Hey, you did this for her. Could you do this for me?" So that was cool. You know what I mean? So it was just how much will it cost to pick up this chair and bring it to this location? And I was like, it'll cost. How big is it? Blah blah blah. Then I make up my decision on how much it'll cost, and it's always reasonable. It'll cost you $60 for me to do it. Boom. They'll be like, here's $60. Go pick this up and bring it back over here, and boom, I'll do it. You know what I mean? But she started wanting me to do more, just to hang around and move stuff around. I'm not your man. I'm not your relative. I'm not doing it. Pay me and I'll do it. Other than that, I got to go and make money. You know what I'm saying? But I've run into a lot of women who are in this situation. That's why when I hear people talk crazy, these females talking crazy and how they don't need a man, I'm just like, listen, when that arthritis kicks in, when that menopause kicks in, when you start getting them hot flashes and you start getting angry and you want to get flip it out the mouth and no one wants to come around you, you do not know what's coming down the line, but I know because I see it. I know what happens to grumpy women. I know it like the back of my hand. I see it all the time. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna want your grandbabies to come over. You're gonna want your, to see your children. They're not gonna be nowhere to be found. They could be living down the street. They are not coming. They're not coming. They're not coming. I just helped the lady move, and she was like, "Yeah, my son, he's gonna help." He didn't show up. The grandson did, but the son didn't. So it was mostly just me and her. Wore my ass out. Wore me out. I was tired. But there was supposed to be another man there. Just me. Me and a 13-year-old boy and her, 6-year-old woman. That people got their own lives. They're not coming around. These women have no idea what they're in for. They think that, they can sleep around and just be these completely undesirable women, and they think it's just gonna all work out for them because they got perky tits. Let me tell you something, them tits are gonna fall 4 inches, that ass is gonna fall, your stomach is gonna get fat, your face is gonna start falling, you're gonna be unattractive to the majority of available men. We're not even going to talk about the men who just aren't available. The available, that number is going to shrink. It's going to become a sum of one. Oh my goodness. And once it hits you, you hit that 50, 60 range, and nobody wants to put up with your ridiculousness. Nobody wants to hear your flippant. Nobody wants to deal with you. You're going to try to get into your soft era. You hear a lot of women talking about that now. It's time for my soft era. No, a lot of you are way too late for that. Way too late. And I tell women, I say, you just don't know. You're about to hit the wall. And it's going to hurt. All this attention you're going to get is going to go out the window. You're going to be looking at these little girls out here, and you're going to be mad as fire because these little 20-year-old girls bouncing up and down, the stairs and running track and, got all these men drooling all over them, these old men drooling all over them drooling over old men, 60-year-old men. He ain't going to be paying you any mind. He's going to be looking at this college babe. And she's going to be looking at him because she got books that needs paid for. She got books. She got bills. He going to be like, you want some of this pension money? You come over here and you talk to me. She's going to bring her little nasty ass over there, and she's going to talk to him until she can. And he's going to pay her, and she's going to come back. And that's going to be their deal. And you are not in that equation whatsoever because your value is this. One, because you're mean as hell. Two, because you're not doing anything for him. And that's it. He's going to pay that girl to leave. She's going to come over. He's going to have a good time. She's going to be bouncing around the walls. He's going to pay her a few dollars. She's going to get the hell out of his house. And that's going to be it. My friend knew a guy who was just like that. And he said, man, listen, he would have about 3 or 4 of these women, beautiful, like 20-something years old. This dude was 60 years old. He was sleeping with him. He drove a nice car. He had good money, the whole nine. This dude lived it up till he died. He knew he was leaving. He had some sickness. He knew he was leaving. Well, what did he did? He made love to beautiful women. They knew what they were there for. He gave them he would send them on trips. Come on, you guys want to go to Cancun? Let's go. He had plenty of money. And I'd be like, hell yeah. And they'd take 2 or 3 of them, boom, and get on a plane, get on a boat, and come back with them. They didn't give him no problems. They didn't try to steal his money. They ain't say, oh, my stomach hurts, I can't get, coochie. No, they knew the deal. Here, coochie, money, coochie, boom. That's it. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, those scammers knew exactly the loneliness factor. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are a lot of countries that do not throw away their old people. America does this. There are a lot of countries that when the person gets old, they don't discard them and put them into an old folks home. They take care of them until they die. You don't hear about this in Africa. The oldest living woman is black. And she's still farming. She's African. She's still farming. Like 120 something years old. She's still on her feet farming. They will not discard their old people. They don't do that. You know what Indians used to do? Feather, not red dot. You know what they used to do hundreds of years ago? Because they were nomadic. Whenever somebody got sick or whenever they got too old to travel, they would kill them. One time to the chest, bang. Leave them right there. $100%. 100%. My brother took care of my mom when she got cancer. And then my sister took care of her right before she died. My dad, I tried to take my dad. He didn't want to come with me. He ended up in a nursing home. He was dead 2 weeks later. A lot of these women do not know that it's they don't know because they're beautiful and they're young. Everybody wants them until they don't. I remember Kevin Samuels was talking to this woman and he said, listen, them phone calls are going to stop. She said they already have. She was 40. She's 40, living by herself, radio silence. Nobody's calling to see how you are. Nobody's calling to take you out. Nobody's calling to fix your whatever. No, what she said, no one's calling at 40. And she was good looking at 40. I saw some girls on TikTok complaining, white girls, blonde head, beautiful, college. We're talking about how lonely they are. I saw a black girl, she was just like, she had to be 20, 22. She said, this video is not for any of you who, have family who touch you all the time. She's like, I haven't been touched in a long time. You're on social media talking about. You don't. When Kevin Samuels said winter's coming, he was not playing. She's like, I have not, and she's crying because she hasn't been touched. A beautiful woman says, I have not been touched. She could have went outside and somebody would have gave her a hug. She's like, I haven't been touched in a long time. Nobody's what. Well, he died. Some woman was with him when he died. Asian girl, I think. He had a small funeral too. Well, what did they say? It was a heart attack? Hypertension. He had high blood pressure. And he had met a chick that night. I still think this chick had something to do with it. Because women hated him for telling the truth. They celebrated the fact that he was dead. Evil, evil, evil people. Yeah, she's fine too. Mm-hmm. A party girl. Yeah, she's a good looking woman. No doubt she's probably a black widow. What do you mean? No excuses for any person not to save the life when that happens. Yeah, I'm not sure how that went down. I'm not sure if she climbed on top of him and the man had a heart attack, you know, but he had hypertension. And here's the thing about Kevin Samuels. I mean, he was in good shape. I don't know if he's taking blood pressure medicine. Like, I don't, you know, hypertension though, high blood pressure. But here's one thing we do know: he loved Red Bull. And I'm gonna tell you something about that doggone man. There's some things I can't drink because the stuff gets your heart racing and it messes with you. That's why you find a lot of stuff that they say is ephedrine free, because that ephedrine, like there's some things like you can't, that caffeine stuff is super caffeinated. I can't mess with none of that at this age. Mountain Dew, I used to be able to suck that down. I can't drink none of that. I can't drink it. That stuff will have me in the hots because my heart. No, it'll feel like I just ran a country mile. Mm-mm. I don't care how good a shape you're in. If you feed your heart something that it's not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? If you feed your heart something that's constantly making, and this guy constantly sucked on Red Bull, it's up for you. It is up for you. Do you know CPR? I'm just curious. Do you know CPR? I know CPR. Amen, sister. Amen to that. Make sure you tell him that before you bounce up and down on him. I just want you to know, old man, I know CPR, so before I put this ass on you, you need to know that. Okay, baby, good to know. I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, it's important. 100%. Okay, babe. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your evening.